Welcome to News Around Town. The focus of this program is to provide you with an update on projects and initiatives taking place in the city of Fort Wayne that are designed to benefit you. I'm your host, John Perlich. I oversee communications for Mayor Sharon Tucker's office. Neighborhood infrastructure continues to be a top priority here in the city, and recently Mayor Tucker helped lead a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Fairfax Avenue reconstruction project.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, and thank you for being here today. My name is Sean Gunawardena. I'm the Director of Public Works for the city. And welcome to another great day in Public Works. The opening of this great street, Fairfax Avenue in Mount Vernon Park. This is probably the most favorite part of every project that we do, the ribbon cutting, right? All the work is complete, the contractors are off-site, the orange barrels are removed, and hopefully the complaints stop coming to us. But this is great. This is great to see these types of projects happen, particularly projects such as this that have a transformational impact to a neighborhood. It was probably around November of 2022 when Javier Mondragon came to us and said that they were going to be investing a tremendous amount of money in Bridge of Grace Ministries as well as the Lavon Scott Academy, and said, hey, as a part of that, would you guys be interested in improving this street as well? If you remember what the street was like, it was a very narrow chip and seal street, so narrow in fact we had to convert it to one way. It didn't have any sidewalk, street lights were non-existent, and we were asked to convert it to an urban street. So here we are today, job having been completed. Typically, like I said, type projects like this are near and dear to my heart because we have the ability to go into neighborhoods that haven't been invested in very heavily and transform them, increase property values, improve quality of life, and provide economic development opportunities within the neighborhood. Between Javier and Lavon Scott Academy, they beat us to it. We are happy to have been caught up with them, and like I said, today is a great day for us in Public Works to open this street and celebrate the new and improved Fairfax Avenue. I know Mayor Sharon Tucker has neighborhoods are very near and dear to her. Neighborhoods are very near and dear to her as well. So to give her thoughts on what this project means, let me introduce our Mayor Sharon Tucker. Mayor.
Thank you, Sean. Good morning, everyone. What a great day to be able to celebrate yet another dynamic project for the city of Fort Wayne and our infrastructure. I can tell you the success of Fort Wayne has been built in public and private partnerships. And the investment made in Mount Vernon Park neighborhood is a great example of high trust partnerships and collaboration, with the end result being an enhanced quality of life for the residents of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And we are extremely proud to be here today to cut the ribbon on this location. Improving neighborhood infrastructures is a leading priority that we have. And the reason that it's a priority is because it helps us remain viable, not just now, but in the future. It helps attract economic investment and development from other community sources, knowing that the city is investing into its infrastructure. And it also attributes to the amenities for our city that help us become and maintain our status as a fun, family-friendly, safe community place where investing is a great investment and worthy of businesses, individuals, and families. And so I am excited that we are making transportation enhancements that impact our community positively and economic development opportunities that we welcome and bring to the community because of these investments. I'm excited for the growth. I'm excited for our partners that we have in Lavon Scott and Pastor Javier Mondragon, and with Bridge of Grace and Many Nations Church. And of course, we also want to thank Canaan Baptist, Pastor Gregory Wallens, who was also a great neighbor while we were working on construction here in the area. We are excited to keep investing in the city of Fort Wayne. And as Sean indicated, we're glad to be able to move the barrels. Thank you all for being here with us this morning. And I think I'm going to introduce Pastor Javier to come and say a few words. Okay.
Thank you. We are so excited about the partnership with the city of Fort Wayne, always coming and being willing to listen to our neighborhood and the neighborhood association. Back in the day in 2022, when we started this dream of building this building of Bridge of Grace, this early years academy, literally hundreds of kids are being served in this, from the Levant Scott to this school over here. And so we contacted the city of Fort Wayne, letting them know that we are doing this project, and it would be really wonderful if they can come and also come alongside and help us with the infrastructure. And they're always willing to listen. They're always willing to work with us. I'm so thankful for Sean. Sean was a great person to work with, and his team, all his team, because of what they listening and then also investing and finding the sources to do this. Over the last 5 years, about close to $40 million of investment has been done between 4 blocks, basically. So Levant Scott Academy with this building here, and we see the beautiful park of Brewer Park over there. And it's all because of partnerships and collaborations, and we can do it if we don't have everybody working together. So thank you to Mayor Tucker. And thank you for all the city of Fort Wayne staff for doing this work, including the Parks Department with Brewer Park. So thank you so much for being here. It's a great celebration. And I'm going to introduce Principal of Levant Scott, Ashley Simpson.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I just want to take a moment to just share my gratitude on behalf of Scott Academy. We are just truly grateful to be able to do a full 360 and see the power of hope, see the power of empowerment, understand the importance of believing and dreaming and being a part of great partnerships. So I just want to say thank you. I truly thank the contractors as I'm leading the principal for the first time. I had many nightmares on the first day of school. Like, will this be done? Will this be done? And they reassured me every day that we will be done. And they did an amazing job, just to see the great work that they were able to do for us, opening up the flow of traffic. Parents are happy, and we are in the business of serving. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who played a part of this. On behalf of Scott Academy, we are truly grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Tucker, Javier, and Principal Simpson. I do have a couple of other people that I'd like to thank. The contractor, API Construction, who did a great job of doing the work, as Principal Simpson mentioned. Robert Widener from Public Works and his staff, who did a wonderful job of designing and inspecting this project during construction and also coordinating with the neighborhoods as well. And finally, all the men and women of Public Works who do all this work day in and day out and complete projects around the city of Fort Wayne.
It's great to see the city investing $41.4 million in neighborhoods throughout Fort Wayne here in the 2025 construction season. As we invest heavily in neighborhood infrastructure, we're also focusing on economic development opportunities, and a major announcement was made recently at the Fort Wayne International Airport.
A wonderful Bombardier announcement event in this beautiful hangar with 2 beautiful Bombardier products sitting right out the front door. A little history of Fort Wayne International Airport. In 1940, a group of businessmen found out the Air Corps was looking for a base in the Midwest, and on their own initiative, they came out and bought roughly 500 acres, demolished all the buildings, and within 2 days, the deadline, presented the property to the Army Air Corps, and they won the bid. And the Air Corps built a $10 million facility in 1 year and opened Bear Field, as it was called at the time. And then World War II broke out. And through 1946, there were 100,000 Air Corps personnel that went through Fort Wayne learning to fly aircraft and then being positioned across the rest of the United States. And then after the war, they deemed the airport to be surplus, and they sold to the city of Fort Wayne for the whopping sum of $1. And then Jim Kelly, my dad, Jim Kelly, was operating a small airport off of Wayne Trace, and Jim Ross, the airport manager, called him one day and said, "Hey, I need a fixed base operator. Will you come over and be the fixed base operator?" So he moved his 20-some airplanes over here and started Kelly Flying Service, which is how I was born into the aviation world. Fast forward to today, here we are. What a great event. September 23rd, 2023, Chuck Surak, Tim Edmonds, and I had a video conference with Zishan Malik from Bombardier, and said, we need a maintenance center in Fort Wayne. He goes, well, we're looking at maybe 2025. We're exploring that option. And for a year and a half, emails went back and forth, video meetings went back and forth, and we were getting really close. In fact, Governor Braun-elect came into my office in November after the election, and we were talking about a couple things, one being the modernization of the Air Guard base, the second being Bombardier project. And I said, I'm gonna need your help. We've got to get this done. And so March 13th of this year, Chuck graciously flew myself, Commerce Secretary Dave Adams, Barry Sturgis, Scott Hinderman, Ellen Cutter from Greater Fort Wayne, and Scott Hinderman up to Bombardier's project manufacturing facility in Montreal. And Paul was head of production for the Global aircraft and the Challenger aircraft, took us through the assembly line, explained how using advanced manufacturing techniques, they were never going to let a defect go through the line. They were going to stop the line, do whatever they had to, empower their employees to build the world's best aircraft. And those of you that don't know Bombardier, they're a phenomenal company. I've had the pleasure of knowing them for over 30 years. And on the ride back, Dave Adams is sitting across from me, and he says, we have to get these people to Indiana, and specifically Fort Wayne. This is a world-class company. Bombardier employs today almost 19,000 people worldwide. They're the largest producer of business commercial aviation in their category. They're the most successful, the best respected. They have the least amount of downtime of their aircraft. They have the highest customer satisfaction index, on and on and on. What a quality company. Pierre Baudouin is the chairman. His dad, Laurent's, the chairman emeritus. Great people. I know them personally. And Bombardier is basically a family-run public company. And that's how we're able to get straight to the people that make the decisions and eventually land them here in Fort Wayne. About 2 weeks later, Paul and his team came to Fort Wayne. We had a great meeting, told about Fort Wayne, and their concern always was, can we attract people to Fort Wayne to work? And Chuck Surak stands up and says, well, I got 2,500 musicians to come to Fort Wayne, most of them in California. It's a hell of a lot easier to get airplane technicians to Fort Wayne than it is musicians from California. We'll have no problem. Thanks to Chuck. But we had a great meeting, and about 2 weeks later, we had a little bit of impasse on funding. June 27th, Paul and I talked, and I said, what's it take? And he goes, here's what it takes. And I committed. I said, Chuck and I might have to write the check, but we'll get it. And about 2 weeks later, he called me and said, it's done. We're coming to Fort Wayne. Best day of my life. And it is wonderful for Fort Wayne, and it's 100 jobs that will be coming into our economy. Paul Sislian is the Executive Vice President of After Sales and Strategy for Bombardier. He was head of production prior to that. He's a tremendous advocate for Bombardier, and I think now he's a tremendous advocate for Fort Wayne, Indiana. Please give a warm welcome to Paul Sislian from Bombardier.
Thank you. Tom, thank you for that introduction. I'm glad to hear that it was the most wonderful day of your life.
Don't tell my wife.
I'm going to tell your wife that. Good morning, everybody. Everyone doing well? Excellent. What a wonderful event. Like Tom said, my name is Paul Sislian. I'm the Executive Vice President of Aftermarket in Bombardier. I also take care of our strategy team. It's a pleasure to be here with you today to share exciting news about the growth of Bombardier's service and support network in the United States. This is a proud moment for our company, for our customers, and for our partners. Today, I'm thrilled to announce the opening of a brand new Bombardier Service Center right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's quite exciting. This expansion is more than just a new facility for our company. It's a reflection of our unwavering commitment to our customers, to our people, and to the long-term vision of our company. It's about being where our customers need us to be to deliver the easy, world-class service experience that they've come to expect from us. Actually, Fort Wayne was a natural choice. With the growing demand from customers here in the Midwest, this location offers convenience and proximity. It's a region where many of Bombardier aircraft are already flying, and now we'll be right here to serve them better. With operations set to begin in the second half of 2026, this 65,000 square foot facility will feature a purpose-built hangar that will deliver a range of services, from scheduled and unscheduled maintenance, modifications, and AOG support. Whether it's a Learjet, a Challenger, or a Global aircraft, including the upcoming Global 8000, my little advertisement, we'll be ready to serve. And we're not just building a facility, we're building a team. Over the next few years, this site will bring 100 new jobs to Fort Wayne, expanding our Bombardier family and strengthening our footprint in the US. We look forward to welcoming new colleagues who share our passion for excellence and innovation. Now, of course, these projects don't happen overnight, like we said. They require vision, collaboration, and a tremendous amount of dedication from people across our organization. I want to take a minute to recognize and thank the individuals and teams who have helped bring this project to life. First and foremost, to our internal teams. Thank you for the tireless work and for your belief in what we're building, and they're all here this morning. Your expertise and passion are the foundation of our success, so thank you. To our partners in Fort Wayne, thank you for welcoming Bombardier into your community with open arms. We're proud to be investing in the region and to be part of its future. To our customers, thank you for your trust. Every decision we make is guided by our commitment to you. We are here to ensure that your aircraft receive the best care, the best service, and the best experience in the industry, bar none. Finally, to Governor Braun, Secretary Adams, Tom, and Chuck, thank you for your partnership, for your support, and of course for your friendship. Thank you. So this announcement is actually part of a larger story, one of growth, innovation, and leadership. Our expansion into Fort Wayne marks the first in a series of announcements that underscore our commitment to growing our U.S. footprint with purpose and precision. We're not just adding locations, we're enhancing our ability to deliver confidence, care, and of course, convenience for our customers. It's about being closer to where our customers need us to be so that we can serve them better, faster, and of course, more reliably. So, as we look ahead in 2026 and the opening of this new service center, I'm filled with optimism and with pride for what this means for our customers, for our future employees, for the Fort Wayne community, and of course, for the future of Bombardier. So once again, thank you all for being here and for joining us for such an exciting moment. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Paul. It's going to be a great relationship, I promise. Next, Governor Braun, as I mentioned, we talked in late November before he was sworn in as governor, and I told him about this project, and I said, one of our concerns is every time we go to IEDC or someone in Indianapolis with a great idea, it mysteriously ends up in Indianapolis. And he goes, Tom, under my watch and David Adams' watch, that's not going to happen. And I promise you, we met numerous times with the governor. We even flew down with Paul and Vishan and met after they were here in Fort Wayne. And he, in his office with Dave Adams sitting there, said, I want this project in Fort Wayne. Tell me what we got to do. The governor's always been a great friend of mine, and he's always done what he told me he would do. And you can't ask for any more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the governor of Indiana, Mike Braun.
What got accomplished here doesn't generally happen that quickly. And the reason it got from here to there that quickly is because I was talking about it earlier. You've got a community which I don't know that I had been to until I got into the game of politics and government. I met a guy named Steve Shine, but I came to Fort Wayne and it's an oasis. I remember, it's about as far away from where I live, to the other corner of the state, and then, of course, kept coming back. Every time it looked like it was on the move, something was happening. And generally, that's due to the fact that you're blessed with entrepreneurs, homegrown businesses, and generally you're going to have a lot of your kids and grandkids that want to come back to live there. I was just sharing earlier, Indiana is an unusual state in that we got net migration into it and we're in the northern half of the country. I couldn't believe it when I got down to number 7. Of course, you think of Florida, Texas, Tennessee, North Carolina. Here, Indiana is at 7. And that's due to our friends to the west that probably don't roll like we do. Maybe put bureaucracy, regulation, and a lot of things in the way. I got into this fray, and I've got wonderful people like Dave Adams, Secretary of Commerce, 7 other entrepreneurial secretaries running the policy silos in our state government with one mission. We want to help the customer, the constituent. We want to help the communities. And if you think you've been overlooked over the years, try coming down into my neck of the woods where it's described as scenic. The roads are like that, and I'm going to make sure that economic development is felt around the state, and I got the team to do it. Getting something like this done so quickly is amazing, because you got to have someone that's willing to take a risk, and I'm going to tell you, it was in my mind an easy decision for any company to come to Indiana and really any place in it. One of the biggest logistics companies in the world visited my office in 2014 in my hometown at our German restaurant, and I'll never forget what they told me. FedEx said, "Do you know how lucky you are to have a business in the state of Indiana?" I said, "Well, we're hardworking, we're entrepreneurial," and I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together, and of course I started a logistics business. Said we rank every county in the country with the percentage of commerce you can reach in 2 days of ground transportation. So I was starting to put 2 and 2 together, and I wondered what those percentages would be. Most of Indiana can reach 70% of the marketplace by that definition. That sweet spot from Indy to Evansville to Louisville, it gets into the mid to high. So here in Fort Wayne, when you are a place that's distinguished itself already, and you chose the logistics that make sense to come here, you're going to get workforce, you're going to get hard work, you're going to get a great business atmosphere to boot. So thank you for taking the risk to come down. And Chuck, Tom, all you did in that's like the speed of light in the business of development or when government's involved. So kudos to everyone that put it together. It's just the beginning. Spoke to a superintendent a moment ago about workforce, about how we guide our kids into the proper pathway, whether you're going to enroll, enlist, most will find employment. And we get that formula correct to where we guide kids along with their parents into that right pathway. We train them mostly in K through 12 with emphasis on middle school through graduation. You're going to be set for whatever that next pathway might be. Fort Wayne epitomizes that. Kudos to everyone that put this together. We, as the state of Indiana, are going to be fully behind you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor. As he said, a great general is surrounded by a lot of great lieutenants, and one of his lieutenants is Dave Adams, Secretary of Commerce. And we had a great conversation on that flight up and back to Montreal, and Dave promised me as well, under my watch, if Fort Wayne brings us the idea, Fort Wayne's going to get the idea and get the business. And Dave went out of his way to help get this project over the hump. And it's fun to be working with a government official that acts like a business person instead of a bureaucrat. So Dave, great to have you here. Please welcome Dave Adams, Secretary of Commerce, State of Indiana.
Good morning. Thank you, Tom, and welcome to everyone here. I want to thank you, Governor Braun. I want to thank the local leadership who made this happen, but most importantly, I want to thank Bombardier. It is truly a partnership, and be all venue on Fort Wayne. Welcome to Fort Wayne. So I'm going to work on my French, Paul. You got my commitment. But today does mark a milestone. As you're probably aware, Bombardier, this is their first service center here in the Midwest, and it's right here in Fort Wayne. That's not just a win for this community, it's actually a global beacon for the state of Indiana. Aviation is one of the most complex, demanding, and innovative industries. And if you think about what Bombardier does to design, build, maintain aircraft for the most discerning clients, it's all going to happen right here. So for Bombardier to choose Fort Wayne as the location sends a really strong message. Indiana is the place where the most advanced industries can come to grow and thrive. This investment, as we talked about, it's all about workforce. It brings new high-wage, high-skilled jobs to Fort Wayne. And these aren't just jobs, they're careers. They require precision, advanced training, and a dedication and a commitment to excellence. They're going to open the door for Hoosiers, for those young, aspiring individuals who want to pursue technical fields, for veterans that want to put their skills to work, and for existing employees that want to take that next step in their career. It can happen right here. This announcement is also a testament to the leadership of Fort Wayne and the Northeast Indiana region. Their leadership is what drew Bombardier here, and it shows exactly what happens when regions lead with their plans, their vision, and the state supports them. Global companies invest, people prosper, and communities grow stronger. This is the model we want for all of Indiana. Region-led growth, rooted in local vision, producing results that benefit all Hoosiers, the region, and the entire state. So on behalf of the Office of Commerce, I want to thank Bombardier. It's a great partnership, and we're looking forward to working together. I want to thank the regional leadership whose vision made today possible. This is what success looks like here in Indiana, where regions chart the course, where the state stands behind them, and where people are at the heart of everything we do. Together, we're writing the next chapter of Indiana's growth story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. As I mentioned, they came to Fort Wayne shortly after a Montreal visit. We had a number of community leaders at the Bradley for a nice 7 a.m. meeting, which I'm normally not quite awake for, but I was. And Sharon Tucker was there. And we didn't tell anybody what to say, but I knew and Chuck knew that the heart of their issue was workforce and workforce development and workforce availability. And Sharon got up and talked about Fort Wayne, what a great place it is to live and work, what a great place it is to raise a family. And if she couldn't have done I couldn't have written a script that was any better than what she gave that speech that day. And Chuck Surek and I were sitting next together, he goes, wow, that was really good. It was right to the point, right to what Paul and the team needed to hear. And I guess that's why you're a wonderful mayor, Sharon. So please welcome my friend, Sharon Tucker, the mayor of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is a great day to be in the city of Fort Wayne, the state of Indiana, the partnerships that we're forming, and I am honored to welcome Bombardier to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I have to tell you, I feel blessed, and we are privileged in Fort Wayne because private-public partnerships continue to make a difference in a positive way in our community. And I value and appreciate that Bombardier chose the city of Fort Wayne as a place that they can invest in and grow in, and we can work together. That was the one key factor that we were able to identify in that meeting, that we would be able to both benefit from a mutual partnership by them locating in the city of Fort Wayne. And I'm honored that they chose to enhance the quality of our lives in Fort Wayne, for our residents, for our businesses, and for our visitors. Bombardier investment in Fort Wayne sends a strong message that our community and our region are well positioned for current and future economic development opportunities and new jobs. And I can tell you that I want to send a special thank you to the Bombardier team for your kindness, for your hospitality, for when you were here, and for just giving me a moment to speak with you and share the wonderful things about the city of Fort Wayne. And as I said to you when I walked up, welcome home. Thank you.
Well, those that know me know that I leave a flurry of scattered debris behind me whenever I'm trying to do something. And there's one person that was able to collate it all and keep it in check, and that's Scott Hinderman. Scott's the executive director of the Allen County Airport Authority, Fort Wayne Allen County Airport Authority. And as I told Scott numerous times, his work and his dedication to this airport put them in a position to be able to attract Bombardier. Many airports would not have been financially able or logistically able to handle this challenge. And Scott and his team worked tirelessly. I guarantee you, over the last 2 years, nobody had more sleepless nights than Scott Hinderman. He would call me and say, oh my God, oh my God. I said, Scott, go have a cocktail, we'll be okay. But he worked so hard and put so many proposals together, and he is absolutely the glue that held all us rebels together as we pursued this lofty goal. So Scott, thank you for you and your team's dedication. Please give a warm welcome to Scott Hinderman.
Thank you, Tom. One thing I want to make sure, and I think I thanked his team, but I want to make sure that we recognize Mr. Srack, Chuck Srack. Thank you for allowing us to use your facility. It's brand new, barely got things used, and we're already in here having a press conference. It just shows that the airport, the community, Northeast Indiana, is really growing. If you flew in, you saw some construction around the airport. If you drove over here, you saw construction over there. And we just finished an airfield project. So things are happening. A long time ago, I heard some people say, if you want to look at a community, whether it's grown or not, just see how many cranes are in the air, what's going on. And it's true. The airport is doing some really good things. And moving on, so I don't sit in here and talk too long. Bombardier, thank you for choosing us. You guys certainly had options out there. We think we put the best proposal, and I think you did too because you picked us. But thank you for working with us, and we look forward to working with you moving forward. I think everybody has already talked about it. If you look at how do you win something, the word collaboration is important. If you look at Governor, thank you for your help, Secretary Adams. It's always good. I think we all do. If we're here, we're probably a leader in the community. There is no 8 to 5. The business day is much longer, so I'm working one night, and all of a sudden it's well after business hours, and I get a text from Secretary Adams, and I says, oh, game on. Now I know I can text him after hours too. So a lot of work got done on this thing, and the business day was not the parameter. So thank you for what you did. It was truly helpful of having the state as our partner on this as well. I will say, Paul and Zishan, working with your team, they're top notch. It's been a pleasure. You got good people working for your organization throughout the whole process of getting this thing done, very timely. Same thing with text message. It was a very positive experience. We worked well together. Look forward to taking it from now this announcement to construction and fruition to we're actually operating. Something about an airport noise. So the other thing I want to do, and I think it's just the collaboration between the airport and GFW. We work very well together. John, your team, Ellen Cutter, and the airport, we worked well. Without the true effort of everybody moving forward, it wouldn't have been there. Mayor Tucker, yourself, and the Redevelopment Commission team, thank you for everything that we got done as a group to get this to come to fruition. I think everybody can say this. They better say it if they're an organization, but I truly believe this. If you look at the Airport Authority, the staff at this airport punches way above their weight. on the quality of people that we have. The staff at FWA is awesome. I have a privilege of working with them. When I was busy, they picked up the weight. We did this together. This was not, again, it's all about collaboration. Even a special, he's not here. He took his bride to a well-needed vacation, but our airport development manager, Ryan Bauer, is not able to be here. I don't know why he didn't cancel his vacation, but whatever. He needs a special call out. He worked tirelessly on this effort as well. So if you see him next time or next time on Teams, make sure you say thank you to him. And then the last thing I got to say before I get off the stage, Tom kind of already alluded to it, but the strong leadership of the airport board for many years is why we're in a position to do this. Their guidance, their direction to staff, what we're trying to do for Northeast Indiana, how to make best decisions for the region, and how to make aviation in our region even better. Without that, we probably wouldn't have been in the game. So thank you guys, everybody. Most specifically, thank you, Bombardier, for coming and picking FWA. So thank you.
So we invited Tug Boatwright, commander of the air base here, and he said, well, legally we can't show up during a shutdown, but I think they're showing up anyways to say hi. This project takes a quarterback. And if I said there's a quarterback for this project, I'd have to say John Urbans and his staff at Greater Fort Wayne. Although I gave a few of them some heartaches, I remember in Montreal, I made some commitment, like Ellen Cutter sitting right across the table from me said, we'll find $2 million for this or that. She goes like this, and I said, well, I'll figure it out, Ellen, don't worry about it. But anyways, they were great to work with, and John's going to come up and talk a little bit about their role and the role of a number of people that helped make this happen. So please welcome the Executive Director of Greater Fort Wayne, John Urbans.
Well, thanks, Tom, and what a great day we have here in the city of Fort Wayne and Allen County and the state of Indiana. When we talk about this project being collaborative, this is a great example of collaboration in our community and in our state. From the start, we were all focused on attracting Bombardier here to help grow the economy and create great jobs here in our community. Workforce was talked about earlier. Workforce is a primary driver of company decisions. And in this case, we pulled partners together to have those conversations directly with the company. We had Fort Wayne Community Schools and the Fort Wayne Career Academy at the table having conversations about the programs they were doing that can lead to the workforce. We had Ivy Tech, Purdue Fort Wayne, and Purdue West Lafayette at the table talking about what they can do to help ensure that we have the quality, highly trained workforce for Bombardier, to make sure that we deliver that workforce to them. We were all focused on those pieces. And at the end of the day, I'm excited for our students in the community that will have a new career pathway and great opportunity right here instead of having to move away to work in the airline industry. In addition to our traditional education partners, Tom mentioned the Indiana Air National Guard and the 122nd Fighter Wing were key in our conversations. They came to the table and talked about their part-time, highly skilled workforce that's already working on aircraft. Those are going to be great opportunities to connect and work on the employment aspects. Projects like this also require additional partnerships for infrastructure. I'd like to thank the Capital Improvement Board and their staff, the Fort Wayne Redevelopment Commission and their staff, the Regional Development Authority of Northeast Indiana and their staff, all for their assistance in the infrastructure components of this project that would not have made this possible without. And finally, as you can see from today's event, local business leaders have been instrumental in their belief in our community and our workforce. Everyone involved helped land this project for Fort Wayne and Allen County, and I'm excited for what the future holds. And I'll end it with a final thank you to Paul, Zishan, and the whole Bombardier team. Thank you for believing in our community and in our workforce. We appreciate what you're going to do in our community, and we look forward to great years ahead. So this concludes the formal remarks of the day. If the speakers could join us up on stage, we're going to do a quick photo, and then all the speakers will be available for interviews.
We're excited to welcome Bombardier here to Fort Wayne. We're also caring about the health of our community, and recently Mayor Tucker helped participate in a ribbon cutting ceremony for a new health clinic led by Meridian in Southeast Fort Wayne.
So my name is Seth Warren. I'm the CEO of Meridian Health Services, and we're very excited to be expanding our footprint here in Fort Wayne. We've been in Fort Wayne for close to 3 years with a location up on Lake Avenue, but this is our first foray into this section of Fort Wayne, so we're excited to be a part of this. We are together on this site. I don't know how long ago was that now, but last year for the groundbreaking, and I'm very pleased to be able to have the building to completion. There's a few people I want to thank. Obviously, Mayor Tucker and all the elected officials here today. Working with the city has been great. They've been very accommodating to us as we've grown our footprint. House Investments, we've been working with Matt Gaddis there and his crew, so we appreciate their support and partnership in this. The folks from the Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, Star Financial, who helped us finance this project. That's always important when you're building a $4.5 million project. You want to make sure you have the financing to do so. So we appreciate them. CME Construction, it is a beautiful building, and you'll see it. A lot of these people will be talking later, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about these folks because they're better introducing themselves than I am. So just to say thank you to everybody involved. But especially to the staff and providers that are going to be caring for patients in this building, because that's what we're really here for, is caring for the patients in the community. And we're really excited about the people that will be providing that care. So it's fine for me to get up here and give a speech, but it's more important for the people that are going to be taking care of our patients on a daily basis. So thank you to them. As I said, we've been in Fort Wayne here for a while, but this, part of the project, you can look around, you can see the redevelopment in this area and how it's grown by leaps and bounds, and we're very excited to be a part of that growth and excited to, continue the care that we provide. Whole person health, we provide primary care. Here we're going to be doing adult care and with family medicine, but also pediatric care, and we'll be doing behavioral health services. And we will also have a telepharmacy here, so pharmacy services. So we're really able to provide for the whole continuum of care for the people in the community. So we're excited about that. I do need to call out Scott Riggs, who's our CFO, but he's really been the linchpin and really been leading the charge on behalf of Meridian Health Services. He's been the primary contact for Star Financial, for CME, for House Investments, and so Scott has had a lot to do with bringing this project to fruition, and now he can sort of hand it off to Tiffany Lackey and her staff to make sure that the project is up and running and seeing patients. So thank you to Scott, and thank you to everybody involved. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our board chair, Doug Inman, to say a few words. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mayor Tucker, Fort Wayne City Council members, distinguished guests. What a great day for Fort Wayne and Meridian Health Services as we open today this new Meridian Health Clinic on the Village Premier Campus. The residents of Southeast Fort Wayne now have the opportunity to experience whole person health care through the services Meridian offers for physical, mental, and social health. So on behalf of Meridian Health Services Board of Directors, I would like to congratulate the City of Fort Wayne, Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, House Investments, and Meridian Health Services for the completion of this wonderful project. May God continue to bless the City of Fort Wayne and Meridian Health Services. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Mayor Sharon Tucker, and I can tell you that we are excited to be here. I think it was February where we did a ribbon cutting and a dirt turning all at the same time to be able to welcome this project to the City of Fort Wayne. But if I could give you a little bit of history so that you all have a full understanding of just how Meridian came to be in this location. In 2019, a group of concerned citizens for Southeast Fort Wayne came together, and we worked with the city to be able to update the Southeast strategy. And in that strategy, we had some charrettes and opportunities for the public to tell us about things that they were concerned about. And one of those things was access to care. access to housing, access to food, and specifically access to care, especially since the zip codes that we're standing in was one of the highest maternal mortality rate communities in the city. And so we all work together to be able to create opportunities for housing. As you see across from us, we worked with House Investments, and they have the dual gray buildings that are on the other side of the apartments that we're seeing standing right next to us. Then House Investments were also a great partner with bringing in care. And that's where we're standing in front of today. Meridian coming to us to provide a full service family care for individuals so that we could answer the cry of a community. And that is the part that I think is most important, which brings us here today. For the city of Fort Wayne, we believe in our residents, we listen to our residents, and then we deliver on those promises for our residents. With the help of Councilwoman Booker, with the help of Councilman Jeff Paddock, and also with the help of Trustee Danita Washington, who are standing here with us, we were able to deliver on the request of the public and on the promises that we gave to them. And so I'm excited to welcome you to this because it's more than just health care. Today's ribbon cutting, it is more than just health care. It is a promise to the public that we hear you, we're here to deliver, and we'll continue working on your behalf. Thank you all so much for being here with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Leist. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Fort Wayne. As Mayor mentioned, very excited to be here today to see the continuation of the Parks Edge development site take shape. This site was purchased by the city back in 2010 with federal funds, and the Redevelopment Commission took ownership in 2020. I started working for the city about that time, and one of the first projects that I had the pleasure of working on was the selection of a developer for this site. And we were thrilled to select House Investments through that process because of several things. We saw, went and visited some of their other sites and saw their commitment to maintaining safe and really attractive housing, their commitment to being a long-term owner, and also their overall concept for the site. We were really thrilled about, centered around a mixed-use neighborhood center development. So one of the pieces that was absolutely critical to that vision was adding new health services, as Mayor mentioned, to help serve the community, which is why, again, the partnership with Meridian is so exciting, and we're thrilled to be here today seeing this phase of development come to fruition. The need for better access was a clear priority in our 2020 Southeast strategy, which is our guiding planning document for Southeast Fort Wayne. And today's opening is just another sign of progress on the goals prioritized in that strategy, including building safer streets, adding affordable housing, providing better access to health care, and improving quality of life. We can see many of those just from where we're standing right now with the first phase of apartments to my left. McKinney Commons, our city investment off to the distance here on my right. Other projects like new streetscapes on Pontiac Street, all those helping to address those goals that were key priorities in the Southeast strategy. And we do look forward to continuing to partner with House Investments here at Parks Edge to work on the future phases, which will include single-family housing, planned senior apartments on the vacant lot to my right, and a new early childhood learning center to our left. So in conclusion, just like to say thanks again to Mayor Tucker for her leadership. Thank you to the Fort Wayne Redevelopment Commission and the redevelopment staff, to our city council members who supported this project, including Councilwoman Booker and Councilman Paddock, who are standing up here with me today. Our state legislators, again, the Regional Development Authority and staff, development partner House Investments, Matt, Rob, Joe, and the team. It's been an honor working with you guys. Really enjoyed it. Hope it continues on for many more projects as we finish out this site. And of course, Meridian Health, thank you for your investment here at the Village Premier site. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It feels really good to be here today celebrating something that really matters in our community. You've heard our mayor speak to it, and you've heard Mr. Lai speak to how important it is for this community to have quality, affordable, and accessible health care right here in this neighborhood. This is what it looks like when we invest in people and we meet them where they are. When I served on the Redevelopment Commission, I remember when the request for proposals for this site first went out. Standing here now, seeing this vision come to life, it's really special. It shows what can happen when we stay committed and intentional and we move forward together. This project ties right into the Southeast Strategy Update. That is something that you've heard a couple times already. You'll hear it from me, and you'll continue to hear it as I serve on council. It's really important that we continue to use that update as our guiding light, as our strategy for the development that is required and really needed in Southeast Fort Wayne. It's really more about it's not just about buildings, and this bee is going to drive me crazy. It's about access and opportunity and ensuring that our residents benefit from the growth that's happening around us in this city so that Southeast also benefits and sees some of the growth and development. So today isn't just about a ribbon cutting. It's a symbol of progress, of partnership, and of hope for what's next. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of this moment, and congratulations to everyone who's made this possible. Thank you.
I may have gone out of turn here. My name is Matt Gaddis with House Investments. We are extremely proud and excited to be here today for the official ribbon cutting for Meridian Health here at Parks Edge. We're very excited to see the impact that Meridian Health will have not only to the residents here at Parks Edge, but also the surrounding neighborhood and community. Projects like this require a lot of collaboration. I'd like to take a second to thank our project partners. Many of you have already heard from today. City of Fort Wayne, Mayor Tucker, and Mayor Henry as well. When we first started this, Mayor Henry was in office. Thank you to the Mayor's office for your unwavering support. City Council, thank you very much for your support. And then the entire redevelopment team. Jonathan, your team has been fantastic to work with on both phases so far. We're excited to continue that collaboration, but thank you very much. The Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, thank you for your support. IEDC, through the Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, thank you. Now looking at the project-specific team. MKM Architecture and Design, Zach, Jordan, Melissa, they designed the building behind us. I think everyone can agree, it's beautiful. We're very happy with it. They were also the architect on our first phase, Parks Edge at McKinney Commons. It's a pleasure working with you all. Thank you. CME Construction. CME built this. They did a phenomenal job taking it from start to finish. Ryan, Alan, your entire team, thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you guys going forward as well. And last but not least, Meridian Health Services, Scott Riggs, we started this conversation probably 2 years ago, maybe even more than that. It's been a pleasure to get to know your organization and who you serve and your mission, and it's really been an honor. So we appreciate everything you're doing here in Southeast Fort Wayne, and we're excited to see the impact that you guys will have. As a couple other people mentioned, when we were selected to be the steward and develop this Village Premier site, we envisioned a neighborhood center that could be an anchor for Southeast Fort Wayne. Our initial vision laid out multifamily apartments, a health clinic, single for sale homes, rental townhomes, an early childhood education center, and senior apartments. We are very excited to now have a couple phases completed. The first phase, Parks Edge at McKinney Commons, opened last year. We're now standing here today. Meridian Health is open. And then we have behind everyone here are 12 single-family lots that are ready to be built on. So if you know anybody who wants to build a home in Southeast Fort Wayne, please get in contact with Lancia Homes, or I'm sure Jonathan could point you in the right way as well. So once this is said and done, this will be more than a $70 million investment in Southeast Fort Wayne. We're excited to finish off the rest of the development and continue collaboration with several of these partners. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jacob Beery. I serve as the Executive Director for the Regional Development Authority. I'm going to pull my notes up really quick because got a little thrown off guard. So the Regional Development Authority doesn't take on these projects, lightly. I'm not going to turn around and see if Jonathan confirms what I'm going to say next, but we're not always an easy group to work with. And we take due diligence and the meaning behind projects, with high importance. Looking around, I have an urban planning background, and this is the type of development that we get taught about in school and don't think is ever going to happen. So with that being said, I really want to thank the people who put up with me. I'll start with Jonathan and his team at City Redevelopment. I want to thank the mayor for prioritizing this project. It's amazing to see these things come together. And then, as people are thanking people today, I just want to make sure that everyone takes a second to thank every single person wearing a Meridian Health Service badge. The services that you're going to provide to this community aren't matched many places. They're needed everywhere. And I love to see it. So again, thank you everybody for allowing the Regional Development Authority to take part in this. Taking part in these kind of projects are gifts, and this is a really good one. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think I'm last. I'm Tiffany Lackey. I am the Regional Vice President for the Northeast Region. And as you've heard many times today, Meridian's mission is really to make our community healthier through a focus of whole person health, right? So we're so excited that we're able to provide that at this new McKinney location. Fort Wayne has such a strong sense of community, and we're proud to be a part of that. We believe that every patient deserves dignity, integrity, and quality care close to their home. And to our team, I want to thank you for your commitment and your heart and getting us organized and set up and ready to go for grand opening to be able to see patients right away. And to our community partners, really thank you for your trust and collaboration and welcoming us so warmly and kindly. And as one of my colleagues always says, let's go do great.